Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. A road traffic accident last night on the George Price Highway in San Ignacio Town has left one man dead. The victim has been identified as 29-year-old Edgar Can, a resident of Corozalitos, a community just outside of San Ignacio Town. According to police reports, they responded to reports of the accident around 7:35 last night, and upon their arrival found a Nissan Altima car extensively damaged and in a pasture just off the highway between miles 69 and 70. Can was taken to the San Ignacio Community Hospital for medical treatment, but he did not survive the crash. On Wednesday's newscast, we brought you the explosive story of a high school teacher who was placed on administrative leave yesterday due to allegations of sexual harassment made against him by teenage boys, including at least one of his students. Today, we have confirmed that a student from the Mopan Technical High School went to the police station in Benqueviejo del Carmen accompanied by his parents, where a formal complaint against the teacher was made. The management of the Mopan Technical High School has begun an investigation headed by the principal, Francisco Tun. And now that a report has been made to the police, a simultaneous criminal probe will more than likely be carried out by the police. This afternoon, police in Belize City issued a statement in respect of Wednesday night's hanging death of 18-year-old Otto Raimundo Palma of Ladyville, Belize District, who they say was found hanging with his white shirt tied around his neck from the metal bar at the top of the holding cell. No other signs of injury were found on the body. Palma had been arrested twice previously on rape charges and was being held a third time in connection with the alleged rape of a child at 7:46 a.m. on Wednesday. A post-mortem examination on the body is scheduled for Friday. But according to Officer Commanding Crimes Investigations Branch for Eastern Division, Superintendent of Police Gilberto Romero, police are thoroughly investigating the circumstances of Palma's death. He describes how the suspect was found.
Okay, like I mentioned earlier, he had the t-shirt tied to the metal bar in the cell block, which is about 6.5 feet off the floor. And his body was, he had tied the t-shirt to his neck and he was suspended about 1 foot from the floor.
You're a seasoned investigator. Is there anything in that scenario which would strike you as a little odd, or can you see exactly how something like that would happen?
Like we have the scenes of crime technician that processes the scene. And yes, there is a lower bar within the cell block where one could place their feet and gain access to the upper part of the bar, and then you could release your foot and you would be left suspending from that metal bar.
Palma's family says there was a lengthy delay in their getting to see their loved one's body, but the superintendent says the delay was not that long. Palma's mother was able to view the body after the crime scene photographer was finished. He says he personally is not aware of any alleged police brutality directed at Palma, as the family alleges, or that Ladyville police may know more than they are telling. At the end of the day, he says, a full investigation will determine what took place.
Again, as in any sudden or natural death, we do a thorough investigation. Then at the end of that investigation, then we will conclude, based on the post-mortem and other tests that are done, we will conclude our findings then. We are not say that we are ruling out anything at this time, but at the end of the investigation, we'll know what transpired.
Beyond providing a family member to formally identify the body at the start of the post-mortem, Superintendent Romero says families may be present at the morgue for the post-mortem, but not allowed inside until it is complete and the body is turned over to them. An early morning search conducted by Ladyville police today resulted in the discovery of a small amount of marijuana and the arrest of one man. Police say that between 4:30 and 6:30 this morning, a search was conducted at the residence of 33-year-old Rodwell Connerkey. During the search, they found what amounted to 6 grams of cannabis. Connerkey was then arrested and charged for the crime of possession of a controlled drug. Police say that a search was also conducted in an abandoned house in the Rayburn Ridge area, which led to the discovery of 70 grams of cannabis. In an area east of Rayburn Ridge, a marijuana plantation was found measuring 15 by 25 feet, containing approximately 300 plants, measuring 2 to 3 feet in height. Those marijuana plants were all uprooted and destroyed by fire. Residents of Santa Elena Town today benefited from a free health clinic. It was organized by Pro World Belize and included a team of 10 medical volunteers from Canada. Eliu Yakab, who manages the San Ignacio office of Pro World Belize, told us more about the clinics.
Well, today we have a clinical outreach at in Santa Elena where we want to assist the public, and that's our goal here, to assist as much as we could.
What services being offered?
We have a general service, general checkup for anyone. We're giving out like free medications, over-the-counter meds. We have vitamins for children, for adults. We have cough medicine, dewormers, well, you name it.
I understand that this group has also been to other communities. Tell me about that.
Well, we have been in 7 miles where we saw like approximately like 40 people. We have been in San Antonio as well, where we saw like almost 200 people. And now we're in Santa Elena, where currently it's been a little bit crazy around that people are taking advantage of the service. And one of the things why we like to do this is because we have seen how our people take advantage not only of our service, but also in remote areas like where we don't have like a hospital. So we try to go into the communities and help and assist the public. One of the main reasons are because sometimes they can't afford to go to the hospital and get their medications.
What does it mean to Pro World to be facilitating this kind of clinic?
It means the whole world for us. It's a lot because, like I said, one of the things are we know that people sometimes cannot afford to go like a private clinic. You can't see like, I would say like probably more than $100 for meds or consultation and fees and everything. So by us providing the people and providing them this kind of service, medical service to them, it's meaningful for us, you know.
Is there any indication as to what is the common ailment that the doctors have been seeing?
We have been seeing, according to our views, and at the end of the day we do like a little report what we are seeing in the clinics, and we've noticed that one of the main situations around this time is we are having like cough, a lot of cough and congestion and chest pains and stuff like that. So I would say that one of the things that we're trying to alleviate are the I would say sinus or any cough or anything that is respiratory system, you know, so that they can free up themselves.
After today's clinic, members of the visiting medical team from Canada went on a tour of the San Ignacio Community Hospital, where they also donated some medical supplies. You're watching the 9 o'clock news. Stay tuned for more of the day's stories right after these messages. The leader of the People's United Party, Francis Fonseca, was on the ground campaigning with the PUP municipal slate in Santa Elena Town today. Fonseca was welcomed on his arrival this morning by the Cayo Central Committee and standard bearer Daniel Silva.
Today is an honor for me to welcome a great and visionary man, our apex leader, Honorable Francis Fonseca. We are indeed grateful to you for taking time out of your busy schedule to visit with us here in the town of Santa Elena and San Ignacio. On behalf of Mr. Dan Silva, aspiring mayoral candidate, Ramon Quiroz, and councilors, the Cayo Central Committee and executive, and all the people present here today, we extend to you our warmest regards.
It's a great pleasure for me to be here with you in Cayo and San Ignacio, and Santa Elena. Yes, and thank you for having me. I thank Honorable Dan and his committee for inviting me to be here with you. Let's work together let's stand together, let's fight together, and let's deliver San Ignacio, Santa Elena for the People's United Front. And of course, in the general election, we want to deliver Cayo Central for the People's United Party under the leadership of our good friend and able leader, Honorable Dan Silva.
Following the brief welcome ceremony, Fonseca, accompanied by the mayoral candidate Ramon Quiroz and standard bearer Daniel Silva and members of the municipal slate, visited residents of Santa Elena town. At the end of his time in Cayo, a small rally was held at the park on the banks of the Macal River in Santa Elena town. Palote High School in Belize City is the recipient of a donation of musical instruments. Specifically, the donation comprises 100 soprano recorders and is a gift from the CTK Foundation. A 10-member delegation from the Chow Tak Kwan Cultural and Educational Foundation is currently on a 3-day visit to Belize, having just been to Guatemala on a similar cultural exchange. During the handing over of the recorders this morning, volunteers from the group took time out to share their experiences in fighting cancer and also gave a performance of different kinds of musical instruments. Chow Tak Kwan was a 10-year-old cancer warrior. He visited Belize at the age of 9 before he was diagnosed with cancer. In memory of Chow Tak Kwan, the foundation was established in 1997 by his parents. As reported yesterday, 41-year-old Sylvain Chi and 23-year-old Benjamin Molina, both originally from Corozal and reported missing on February 17th, were found dead in shallow graves located about 50 yards into the bushes from the beach area, some 11.5 miles north of San Pedro town. A trail of blood led authorities to the shallow grave on the side of the road. Police say that according to Superintendent of Police Gilberto Romero, officer in charge of CIB, authorities are still puzzling over the circumstances of the men's death in an area known to have confrontations over illicit activity such as drug drops.
Presently in San Pedro conducting those postmortems, and the information the police has got is that they went to that area to do some sort of work. They were not found thereafter. A missing person report was made, which led the police and other persons to conduct searches, and as a result they discovered these persons in a shallow grave.
Are you able to tell us if they suffered injuries, violence?
Yes, they had gunshot injuries.
What is the police in San Pedro seen so far in relation to the death of these two men? So is it drug related?
Again, we have investigators out there. Additional police personnel were sent there today, and they are conducting that investigation at this time. That is the only information we have, that they went there to do some sort of work and never returned, and they were reported missing.
Today, February 19th, is the first day of the Chinese or Lunar New Year, marking the turn of the Chinese calendar, which is based on both the moon phases and time in the solar year. It typically falls between January 21st and February 20th, and is observed by most Chinese and other Asian communities which use similar calendars as the Spring Festival. Taiwanese ambassador to Belize Benjamin Ho offered New Year's wishes while describing some of the traditions of ethnic Chinese and Taiwanese on this festive occasion.
Well, okay, first of all, since this is the first day of the Chinese New Year, the year of goat, and the goat is a symbol of good luck. Okay, so I want to take this opportunity to wish all my Belizean friends good luck to you, peace, prosperity, and health to you all.
Could you talk about the significance of celebrating the Year of the Goat?
Well, as I just mentioned, okay, goat is an animal, a symbol of good luck. Okay, so we Chinese, we not only in Taiwan, in mainland China, all over the world, any Chinese community will celebrate this day. Okay. By first, we have a getting together the whole family for so-called Chinese New Year Eve dinner. Okay, that's for family. Okay, then well, for the first day of the year, everybody will put on new clothes. Okay, particularly in red color, because red color is a symbol of good luck too. So everybody puts on new dresses is a symbol of we have a new beginning, a new hope, a new way of life. Okay, and we are receiving good luck to come. Okay, so
the news on the national channel. To end the news, a reminder of the main points again. A traffic accident last night on the George Price Highway outside of San Ignacio town has claimed the life of a man. And Palote High School in Belize City has received a donation of musical instruments. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Our news lines remain open at all times, and you can visit our website for continuing coverage of the latest news from across the country. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good night.